So, have you thought of going no contact on a woman? Has a girl seemed disinterested or turned off lately? Or maybe there's a guy in the background and you're not sure what to do. No worries, we'll cover the power of radio silence and the subliminal effects of no contact in this video. So definitely make sure you stick around until the end. It may cause the woman in question to recognize the error in her ways and correct her behaviors. Hey gents, this is Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss dating, style, and personal development. So if you're into becoming a better version of yourself, definitely make sure you like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into today's video. So for today's video, we're discussing the power of radio silence and the 10 subliminal effects of no contact. So I did make a video on radio silence versus no contact. So I'll go and drop a link here and also in the description below. But essentially how radio silence and no contact are related to one another is, radio silence is the extreme version of no contact. So what I mean by that is, when you go no contact, that means that, maybe things went left with an ex and, you decided to stop all communication with her entirely. Maybe there's a guy in the background that she's dating, or maybe she's just lost interest and just disinterested with the relationship entirely. So, in this case, you stop all contact with her and, that's that. Well, if you decide to go radio silent, this is a bit different. You're stopping all contact with her, yes, but you're also taking it a step further. You're stopping all communication in that regard, but you're also taking a step back in life entirely. So, you're kind of refraining from social media. You're not as out in the public as much. You're more so taking time for yourself, also taking a step back to work more so on yourself. And this is kind of the difference between the two. Yes, they're loosely related, but one is a little bit more extreme than the other. So with that said, let's now go over the top 7 subliminal effects of radio silence and no contact. So effect number 1 that is experienced is, your space will create desire. So for a lot of you guys out there, you're really not giving your woman the chance to miss you, and this is having a negative impact on her attraction for you. So no contact is indeed a great way to boost attraction, particularly if you've been spending a ton of time with this woman and now you're starting to see the interest taper off. Maybe she's not valuing you, she's not giving you much attention at all. No contact can really boost that attraction level back up if it hasn't gone down too far. And it can create desire, make you seem a little bit more desirable. She might be thinking, hey, what is he doing? What does he have going on? She might be checking your social media, trying to keep tabs on you. And, when you don't reach out, she may even wonder if you're seeing somebody else altogether. So this really does have a positive effect on her attraction towards you. And again, is an effect that you may see when you implement no contact yourself. So effect number 2 of no contact and or radio silence that you may see is, clarity and perspective. So this is an excellent benefit, not only for the woman in question, but also for you as the gentleman that would be implementing this. This is great because this will allow you to take a step back and really see things for what they are. A lot of times you're so emotionally attached and involved in a situation that you can't really see what the best move is in that particular situation. You're too close to it. So when you go no contact or even radio silent, this gives you the opportunity to take a step back and really see things from a more objective perspective. And this can allow you to make the best decision that is right for you. So definitely don't be forced into anything. Don't make decisions irrationally without thinking too deeply about them. If needed, you're always welcome to take a step back and kind of get the clarity that you need. And this also could have a positive effect on her as well, because if you do take that step back, she'll be thinking about you as well. So if her attraction hasn't gone down too much, this could allow it to go back up to where it needs to be. So effect number 3 that you may experience on no contact or going radio silent, that is going to be that you shift the power back to you. So what I mean by this is, by going no contact, you're shifting that power dynamic, because what has more than likely happened is that it's shifted over to her, where she's the one kind of taking her time to get back to you, where everything's kind of on her terms and you're kind of the one doing the most pursuing. This is disadvantageous. First and foremost, you want to be with somebody that really wants to be with you and is putting in an effort to be with you. So that's really the biggest thing to pay attention to, is the amount of effort that she's putting in. But in terms of this, this allows you to take your power back in that situation, and really you're waiting for her to reach out to you. And it's a possibility that it may never come. Maybe her interest has dropped too low, or maybe it has nothing to do with you, right? Maybe she got back with an ex, who she wasn't completely over. There are many different things that it could be, or things that could be going on in the background, but none of this is your concern. Once you identify that she's not making an effort, she's not showing you that she really wants to be in your life, this is when it's okay to take a step back and go no contact or even radio silent. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, subscribe to join the Gentlemen and Scholars family, and consider checking out the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for free resources, Gentlemen and Scholars merch, book recommendations, consultation services, and our free Gentlemen and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, where you'll learn personal development tips on how to build a successful life and become the gentleman of your dreams, style tips to develop an eye-catching, attractive, and unique personal avatar, and dating tips to attract, court, and keep the woman of your dreams. Visit the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for more. Now back to the video. So for effect number 4 that you may experience when going no contact or radio silent, that is going to be an emotional reset. So this kind of ties into the aforementioned tip, but essentially when you go no contact, really this will allow you to detach emotionally from the situation, to be able to see objectively what the right decision is to make here. Do you really even want to continue anything with this woman? Has she demonstrated traits or qualities, or her interest was just so low to the point where she may have even been a little disrespectful to you? This will allow you to kind of get that clarity that you need to make the decision that's right for you. And furthermore, if there was a situation where the woman may have been hurt by something you said or something that you did, this will allow her to reset as well, and maybe get to a place where she's more open to having certain conversations with you. So definitely something to think about. So effect number 5 that you may experience on no contact, or particularly on radio silence, this is where you'll be able to focus more heavily on your mission, self-improvement, and your purpose. When you do go no contact or radio silent, this will allow you to be able to focus more heavily on your purpose. And this is something that you may have not been able to really go as hard on, due to the fact that you are juggling a relationship and such. But now that you have this time back, you can use it to go more full out on your mission and purpose. So effect number 6 that you may experience on no contact or with radio silence, that is going to be, it may cause the woman in question to recognize the error in her ways and correct her behaviors. So when you go radio silent or no contact, this can cause women to really think deeply about what it was that caused you to go no contact in the first place. And through taking this time to reassess their behaviors, often they can come to the realization that they may have not acted in the best way, which led to the place that you are in your relationship at that time. So, it can cause them to correct their behavior, which is exactly what you want. When you go no contact, really, this is not a tactic or some manipulation trick. This is really saying, hey, I've seen what, the way that you've acted. I've seen the things that you've done, and this is not gonna work for me. That's kind of where you draw the line in the sand and you take a step back, but you take a step back permanently. This is where you draw the line in the sand and say, hey, if your actions don't change, or, if you don't treat me better, or whatever the case may be, I am simply just gonna move on and find somebody that's better suited for me. So of course you're not saying this to her, but your actions are indicative of this, because you've taken a step back, and if she doesn't reach out to you, then you just won't hear from her again. And that's the biggest point to make here, is that it's not a trick, it's not a tactic. This is something that you plan on doing permanently. And with time, again, they may realize the error in their ways, they may realize their mistakes, and they may want to right those wrongs. And if so, they will get in contact with you. So that means don't reach out to them for any reason. That's birthdays, that's, Happy New Year's, no contact at all. Because if you reach out, this will essentially be validating the way in which they have been acting, because in their mind, they're thinking, hey, if it's, if it was that bad, they wouldn't have reached out. So don't reach out if they've really crossed the line and you feel it necessary to go no contact. Take that stance and maintain that stance, because if they disrespected you, you're also just doing a disservice to them, because you're not allowing them to grow, but also the next person that they deal with, because that behavior will not have changed if you go back to them and kind of validate the way in which they've been acting. And last but not least, for effect number 7 that you may experience on no contact or radio silence, that is going to be, it will allow you to move on. So here's the harsh reality, gents. A lot of you are holding on to situations that are simply not meant for you. It's in your best interest to move on from those situations, but you're still holding on to that sliver of hope, or maybe you're dealing with certain things that quite frankly you shouldn't be putting up with. So, going no contact can allow you to move on. It can create the space for a new person to enter your life. And in a lot of cases, this is exactly what you need. A lot of you just need to get back out there and realize that there is a plethora of women. There's no shortage of women, gents. There's no shortage of good women. It just takes you really making an effort to go out and cultivate those relationships. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout. Definitely make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, and definitely leave a comment down below. I'd love to know if there are any other effects of no contact that you recognize when you've gone no contact. Additionally, would you go no contact in the future, or would you go radio silent? I would love to hear down below. And last but not least, definitely make sure that you check out the Gentleman and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, which can be found on the Gentleman and Scholars Club website. This is where I go over all the little known dating tips that is a must read, and it will 10x your dating. This is where I go over some of the best little known dating tips, and it will 10x your progress, whether it be dating, whether it be self-improvement, whether it be style. I go through it all in that book, so definitely make sure you check out the Gentleman and Scholars Ultimate Handbook on the Gentleman and Scholars Club website. But, until next time, gentlemen and scholars. Hey gents, hope you enjoyed the video. And check out the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for our free Gentlemen and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, free resources, book recommendations, consultation services, and some pretty slick Gentlemen and Scholars merch. GNS hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, and so much more. Until next time, gentlemen and scholars. Hey gents, if you enjoyed this video, check out some bespoke video recommendations here and here. And subscribe to join the Gentlemen and Scholars Club.